So I'm stuck on the side of the highway with a flat tire in a thunderstorm. I said, I'm not going to call my sister first. My sister always come through. I'm going to call one of these guys. I'm going to call one of these guys to come help. It hurt my ego to say the responses. I'm not even going to hold you. It does hurt my ego. One said, I'm not a tire shop. Two said, it's raining too hard. Three didn't answer. One guy asked if I was okay. One guy asked if someone's coming to help me. One person showed basic empathy. Make them lonelier.
Why would they be doing that? You guys really don't be cultivating no type of friendship or relationship with men other than when you need something from him.
Are you to put me on a flight? I did not ask for you to put me on a flight. Who do you think you is?
I know that hip hurts. I know. Without a shadow of a doubt, that hip hurts.
So one of my exes, who claims he's a photographer, I'm sure that man has never been commissioned to take anyone's photos at any time in his life. But this man has a whole photography page on his Instagram. He literally, he got engaged, and his engagement photos are so ugly. They're so yellow. It looks like he paid somebody to take their photos on an iPhone 4. Mind you, this man claims he's a photographer. He has a whole photography page on Instagram. Like, I'm 1001% sure that man has never been commissioned to take photos of anybody, because who the f would want someone to take photos of them on like a Nikon 1? The first camera ever. Like, what the and it's even funnier because he's marrying the person that I'm sure he cheated on me with. I found out that they were dating 2 weeks after we broke up. So you know what that means, ladies. Like, he was definitely doing some shit while we were together. But either way, he's like the loserest loser ex that I had. Like, he was the mama's boy, the literally at 21 years old couldn't go outside on his own, had to ask permission. So this is all just so funny to me. Like, girl, I would wish you good luck, but go to hell. Mind you, this man is still trying to follow me on every single social media account. This man is still liking all my... He's literally one of the first 3 people to watch any of my Instagram stories. Like, that is a stalker. And also tried to cheat on her with me like 2 to 3 times over the years. Yeah, good luck. Good luck to the people around y'all, not even y'all.
So he's the only one with the problem here. He's tried to follow me 2 to 3 times, and he keeps on liking all my stuff, which means that y'all are still connected in some way. If he's such a terrible person, why don't you block him? If he's such a bad guy, why don't you block him? Now, I'm not saying that you want to sleep with this man or you want to get back with this man, but this validation that you're getting from him is doing something for you. Maybe he needs to grow up and do better, but maybe so do you.
Okay, I want to talk about something that's probably going to piss a lot of you men off, but that's okay. Listen up. So I am so sick of seeing all of these men talking about, I'm not paying for girls' nails, I'm not paying for their lashes, I'm not paying for this, like, they can pay for me, blah, blah, blah. Like, do y'all know how lame you sound, first of all? Second of all, you guys are the same dudes who are constantly in all of these fangirls likes, all of these Instagram girls likes, TikTok girls, all of that. And guess what? They all have their nails done. They all have their brows done. They all have those things done. Why? Because they have men that pay for them for the most part. Some of them make their own money. I'm not going to sit there and say that they don't. But either way, you guys sit there and you act like you're not going to do all of these things. But those are the things that you like, and those are the things that you're like making it apparent that you like by the stuff that you like. Okay? And so And then you sit there, and when girls openly post about how they don't want a man that doesn't have a car, they don't want a man that doesn't have his own house, they don't want a man that doesn't work, they want a man who is in a high tax bracket, they want a man that is going to provide them financial security and stability, and y'all sit there and go ape over it. Make it make sense, okay? If you can't afford to take care of the girl, then you're not going to get that kind of girl. You want a girl that looks good? Guess what? Costs about $500 to get your brows powdered, done. Costs about another $100 to $200 to get your lashes done. Nails, these cost almost $100 to get done. It was $93 out the door with the tip. Let's see, what else? If you want, y'all don't want stretch marks and wrinkles and this, that, or the other, okay, well, guess how much Botox and Dysport and all that stuff costs? Costs some money. So, at the end of the day, if you're just too broke and you can't hang, say that.
Dude in comments said, guys don't care about half the crap you said. And he said, if you're a garden tool, just say that. You know, I don't know if I would have gone that far, but he's got it. He's got a point there. You're talking about stuff that men actually don't really truly care about. Well, I gotta get my eyebrows done. I gotta get my nails. It's nice to look at, but it's not necessary. There's other things, more cheaper methods that you can do to make yourself look pretty. If a man is able to keep himself up with a skincare routine, a nice haircut, he's not putting on makeup. He's not going to get his nail done. He keeps his nails clipped, files them. All of the stuff that you need to do for basic hygiene and to look good is actually in a store. And you can get all of it for maybe 50 to 100 bucks. You don't need to be spending money uselessly, which is what you're trying to get men to do.
Okay, your girl is back in therapy, so be prepared for a whole lot of therapist content. Anyway, me and my therapist was just talking this week, right? And she was just telling me, we were talking about dating, and she was just saying how she feels like our generation, just seeing the difference of like what dating is like in our generation comparison to her generation. And she was just saying how, you know, like her generation, they were used to rejection, so they handled dating and approached it differently than our generation, whereas our generation is much more self-aware and sensitive, and so that does affect how like a man approaches you, and like how, you know, the whole courtship and how that works or whatever. I kind of disagreed a little bit. I mean, I do feel like certain generations were definitely more direct, and I think that's like kind of the reason why this generation is weird to me, and I'm just like, I'll just have a seat, you know. But like I personally feel like if a man is interested in you, I don't care if he lacks confidence, I don't care if he's scared, I don't care if none of that. Like, I feel like the way he was designed, something in him is going to move him to say something to you. Like, he's going to try to get to know you regardless of X, Y, and Z. That's just how I feel. I ain't never been a man. I don't know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I do agree with that. The generation thing, it does make it different. But I just still feel like it's something within them. Like, if they really want you and they want to get to know you, they're going to find some way to figure it out.
A man would and does usually move to you in the event that you tell him to move to you. If you say no, don't, then he doesn't. There's also this thing that's innate called communication, called boundaries. And so when you tell them, don't come any further, men understand the boundary. Y'all just don't like it, and y'all want to go in between them. And so when a man says, no, that's what you said, I'm going to back up. Now you're frustrated and you're confused, but you communicated you didn't want a man around. You didn't want a man to approach, and he's doing exactly that.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Things That Men Would Like to Say But They Can't Because They'd Be Crucified. So me, Haley, a woman, is going to say it for you. Some of you women out here screaming equal rights until it comes to custody, to accountability, to child support. I'm sorry about being loud, disrespectful, emotionally unavailable. It's not cute. It's actually very toxic, and it's not empowerment. And I'm going to need y'all to stop saying, oh, it's trauma It's trauma from my childhood. It's trauma from my last relationship. Stop right there. No, it's lack of accountability. And a line from that classic manipulator playbook, those big crocodile tears, the moment that she's called out, the manipulative, oh, you know what I'm talking about. And then we want men to take us serious, but yet we're over here watching ridiculous shows like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And sure, a high value man sounds great to you, but you're still stuck in that mindset of like the gossip, drama, toxicity, like high school stuff. And a high value man building an empire wants nothing to do with that. But honey, if accountability triggers you, that's your mirror to look into, and that's not my problem. And some of y'all like to take my word and spin it. I'm not bashing women, I'm bashing excuses.
I mean, honestly, I don't think a lot of men care what kind of shows you watch. I think the problem is a lot of women bring those shows into reality. Like they could be watching something for the entertainment of it, just to laugh at it. And men a lot of times will come in there and watch it with you. But when you start bringing those ideologies into his face, now he's got a problem with it.
Made a post about how I want bad treatment sometimes that did not go over well. But someone commented, "What's next? You want flowers?" Yeah. Yeah. What, the flowers are beautiful. They smell good. They brighten up a space. Yeah. Why is that weird for me to want flowers?
They'll not get you anything and then walk to your house and say, "Oh, you don't have anything in here. This looks bland." Men never decorate with anything because you don't give me anything. You don't even care about me.
Do men nowadays know how to like change tires? And don't fight me again, because I know how y'all men love to tussle and argue with women nowadays. This is a genuine question. Like, I feel like when I was growing up, my pops taught my brother how to change a tire, would fix a bike. Like, anytime he was checking or changing the oil in the car, like, he made my brother come watch him. Like, my pops and my brother are very like handy and crafty people. But I feel like the new generation is a bit different. You know what I mean? I saw a whole TikTok live with a group of 5 men, okay, who I believe heterosexual, that were all arguing over Love Island. So, again, and I don't want the middle school and high schoolers in here trying to think they funny, okay? Because I'm asking a genuine question. Thank you. Management.
My barber literally told me yesterday to watch Love Island. I walked in there and she said, have you been watching Love Island? No, I don't watch that type of stuff. I be working most of the time. Oh man, you should really watch it. She's a lesbian. She's a stud. She's basically a dude for all intents and purposes. Now she says, I am definitely a female, but she's a stud. Hey, have you watched Love Island? No, I really don't watch that. Yeah, me neither, but somebody told me to watch it. I watched it. Man, that's good. I can't stop watching it. Man, another one of my guy friends, another one of my clients, he told me to watch it. He said, hey, I almost called her name. Hey, you got to watch this show. And I started watching it. I'm enjoying it. You telling me that a man can't enjoy a show, get up and go to work? He can't enjoy a show and then also simultaneously in his mind, with knowledge up there, he won't be able to change a tire?
What the fuck is wrong with the men in the West, bro? Why are they so dead? When I'm in the Middle East, I'm in Dubai, for example, or when I'm in Iraq, men actually notice me. Like, they actually look at me, can see the desire in their eyes. Here in the West, I'm in Sweden right now, I don't feel like a woman. What the fuck is wrong with the men here? Why do they have no desire? Why do they not know how to appreciate a good-looking woman?
If a man looks at you with desire, you don't think that you'd be filing a restraining order? Because that's the type of stuff that be on the verge of happening over in the West.
Okay, so I feel like one thing that would make a lot of women have much more positive dating experiences is if y'all stop romanticizing being in a relationship with a man. Like, these men ain't gonna never live up to your fantasy. I'm sorry, like, my outlook on things does not come from TV. It does not come from movies. It does not come from social media. I be looking at what's really going on out here. Most of these men are not super wealthy. They're not giving nobody no princess treatment, sweeping women off their feet and, skipping in dandelions, holding hands. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be in a relationship or a marriage, you're gonna have to understand that marriage is work. Motherhood is work. You know what I'm saying? A relationship is work. Y'all gonna have some good times and some bad times, but it ain't gonna never be perfect. It ain't gonna never be like that fairy tale you got in your mind. Even like idolizing other people's marriages. Like, we be talking about our grandmas and our mothers. Like, we don't know what they really went through. A lot of them was getting cheated on and played too. You know what I'm saying? They done been through some stuff too. They just don't talk about it. My grandma told me that she didn't even like being a mother. Like, getting married and having kids was the only thing they had to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all people did. So yeah, like, if you want to have a man, like, please, stop expecting him to live up to this fairy tale that you got in your mind. Like, it's not going on. It doesn't exist. Like, relationships in real life is not like the movies. Like,
A dude in the comments said, I personally believe that sometimes these women do get these fantasies. It's just not from the person that they want the fantasy from. For example, for the princess treatment, I don't think women like it, or they would like it if it's from the dude that they're not attracted to. I feel like those fantasies are really just based off of dudes that they like. Because if it was a dude basically it's dudes out there that are going to give you what you're looking for, but you're not attracted to them. And I do agree that you should be attracted to the person, or else like what is it for? But once again, we go back to a lot of women out there thinking that they are more than they actually are. Get what you can get off of the market. There's always going to be a balance there to where the man is going to give you his best, and you like the way that he looks. But what you're looking for is the absolute best, and then a man that looks the absolute best. And if a man that is able to give you the absolute best and he looks the absolute best is out there, and they are, then he's not going to need you. He's got options. Like, he's the best, he's the cream of the crop. You are not the cream of the crop. He gets to, he got with some bum from McDonald's, some cashier from McDonald's. He gets to decide who he wants, not you. That man can go get somebody off the street and it'd still be okay, because that's who he wants to spend his money on. That's who he wants to invest his time in, not you. Well, she just broke your heart and divorced you and this and that. He spent his money on what he wanted, not you. Could he have made a better decision? Great. Yes, probably so. But he had the option to choose, because he's that dude. You are not that person, and that's okay. You find a man that will do everything for you. You like the way that he looks, but also he's not going to be able to do everything for you. He's going to try to do it, because most men do. I'm trying to bust my behind and work overtime. Make sure the kids have gifts. Make sure we have food. Make sure that I pay for this vacation for my wife. She really wants to go over here. I saw this little thing across town. I'm getting off work. I'm dead tired. I'm going across town to get it and bring it to her because it makes her happy. Some of these guys are working 12, 14, 15-hour days, and they get off, run across town, get you something to eat, and bring it home to you. You slit. Guys, there's a man out there for you. You need to be grateful for him.
Oh yeah, by the way, just so y'all know, matriarchy is actually the natural state of human beings. And hierarchy is something that was invented by the patriarchy. You're welcome.
I mean, even if it was eradicated and you were dominated. So why does it matter what it was? You were defeated.
Something that I love is how men do not know how much women weigh. So I want you guys, especially men, to guess how much I weigh. I'm 5'4". And I would love to see your guys' guesses on how much I weigh, because men just don't seem to get it.
I say about 130, 135.
So I'm talking to this dude, and I asked him, could he do something for me? I already told him that he told me no too many times already. Last time I blocked him, and he sent that money through because I blocked him, and he wanted another chance. So I decided to block him again because What are you here for if you're telling me no? What are you here for? Sis, if he tell you no, just block him.
He might be there for genuine companionship and friendship, an actual relationship.
Just wanted to send out a quick midday reminder that healthy love does not believe that one partner owes another partner an explanation to their past. Short of communicating information that could be helpful for the other partner to decision make if they want to move forward with the relationship, or if something of your past led to something harmful that could impact your partner, those are important things. But the idea that you're not allowed to move and live through your life in your experiences and learn from them as though you can perfect your way into a relationship with somebody, that's a false target. You can't perfect your way into doing life with somebody. Life is hard, and we have to learn to tolerate and make space for one another.
I would actually respectfully disagree. I see where you're trying to go, but you need to be able to be accountable for the things that you did, right? Most people are. There are some things here and there, but if it's a huge thing, then you need to be accountable. You need to have an answer for it. You need to have an explanation for it. There's that number 5 people that you sleep with. After that, it's hard to pair bond. There's a lot of dudes out there. They would maybe say 6, 7. That's kind of over that. Some of them might not even know the statistic, but they might say, 6 to 7 bodies is kind of a lot. 8 is kind of a lot, but it's not too bad. And they'll go ahead and take her, right? But if you start getting into like what we see 20, 25, 30, some of these women have astronomical numbers, then you need to have an answer for why you were doing that. What were you thinking? Were you going through a hard time? Did somebody pass away? Was that just your behavior, or were you just having fun? That goes into my decision-making process. It's time to stop shaming people for asking those type of questions. It'd be the same thing if you asked your husband or your significant other if they could provide financially, and they went through a slew of things that are kind of detrimental, and that say it's detrimental to financial discipline. You would have every right to ask them about that, and they would need to explain it if they went forward. I don't really understand why you came to the conclusion that people in relationships that are going to be in the relationship long term, they're planning on doing that, wouldn't have to explain what's happening in their lives.
A mandatory paternity test. You don't care about paternity fraud. You don't care about male suicide rates. You don't care about equalized, hard, laborious jobs outside. You don't want to equalize that. You don't care about what happens to people that are falsely accused, which is almost always exclusively men. You don't actually care about the declining school performance, the rise in ADHD diagnosis, and the medication, the psychiatric medication that comes from it. You don't care about the lack of homeless shelters for men. You don't care about the weaponization of the family court, the equal custodial rights, reproductive say for men, reduction in child support and alimony, pathologizing of just men and masculinity in general, negative attitudes towards even men that want a nuclear family. You don't think or care about any of these things. I'm saying it's just the feminists that don't care about it.
No.
I'm saying most people who don't do what I do don't care about this at all.
Men shouldn't approach them like at all, like never, like in life. Like how do we get to know one another? Like how does one single person get to know another single person? Or is this just like with the kid? Because I need a little bit of clarity. And what if the girl don't got nowhere to live?
Man in the comments said, women have ways of letting a man know that she's interested. There's no need for him to walk around shooting in the dark, when she could just let him know, when she could just communicate. Period. End of story. It is not that hard.
Black women not saying hey to black men in grocery stores. We're gonna laugh in this video, and then I'm gonna eat my lunch and get back to work, okay? I'm RAYCH Rach Jackson. If you have not seen the video, basically it's a Gen X man who sitting in his car seemingly after going to the grocery store, and black women have not said hello back to him, and he's upset. The biggest indicator that I'm going to say up front is it's always going to be the black woman's fault, y'all. Like, we have to acknowledge that no matter what, black women, we gonna be to blame. And it's hilarious. It gets old, but then it's funny when you can identify that at the end of the day, no matter what we do, we gonna be blamed. We talk too much, we don't talk enough, blah, blah, blah. But if you notice in his video, he said black women don't say hey back. And he doesn't follow up with, when I speak to black men in public, they say hi. Why? Because he was only trying to seek community or seek a conversation with a woman. Whatever woman out there rejected that man's hello, you gave us a gift and a curse. Because the curse is that we're gonna have to talk about this, right? The gift is that it's hilarious how pathetic this whole situation is. When we talk about the male loneliness epidemic, they will always blame women because men don't be trying to seek community with men, especially in that video. Again, y'all, he never said as a quick follow-up, because when I speak to a man, he say hello. He said, you women, you black women, did I miss the memo? Why are y'all not saying hello back to a brother? The next point, which everyone's bringing up, is danger. Okay, like, you're in a public setting, you just trying to grocery shop, and here come a sweaty, nasty man I'm just trying to get a hello out of you. And I could put up so many stories and statistics of how many women have been attacked by strange men who just wanted a hello, that moved into another conversation of trying to pursue romantically, that moved into rejection. Men statistically harm women who reject them, bro. Like, so defensively, shutting down any conversation. Hey, I'm just trying to get my groceries. Headphones in, head down, and here you go. Hello, we in the grocery store, say hello. It's pathetic, right? But I genuinely think that it was just one woman out there that told that man, I don't want to talk to you, or just rejected his hello. And I'm sure that she just wanted to laser focus, get some eggs, and go home.
Have you ever thought that maybe he didn't have to bring black men into this because black men said hello? Like, if you walk through the store, for most men in general, doesn't matter the ethnicity, doesn't matter the race, nod. Even people that aren't originally from here. Somehow, some way, men can always communicate and say, hey, how's it going? What's up? So maybe he doesn't have to address them because they already said hello.
The only women who come up to me and say they're a fan are women who are gorgeous and getting money.
No woman who is content with herself would ever make this video.
A bum bitch who doesn't have shit going on with her life, who's chronically online, has never been a fan of mine. The only women who come up to me in public are women who are baddies with a capital BADDIES. Okay, these women are Victoria's Secret models. They are in the top of their field. They are getting money. They are the leader in their industry. They are a professional baddie. They got money in the bank, they got money in investments, and they are making money moves.
The Flawed Villain and MJ Gray, the Texas Garden Fairy. These are two feminist content creators who have been beefing, going back and forth. And what they have in common is when they receive criticism, because when you are a content creator, that's what comes with it. Okay, when they receive criticism, they start devaluing women, different groups of women. Okay, for the Flawed Villain, it was black women. Okay, for MJ Gray, it is women who aren't making money, who aren't Victoria's Secret models. Content creator referring to women as bum bitch. Making points against your haters that are actually classist, misogynistic. As someone who has watched MJ Gray and supported her content, this take was disgusting. It was, in my opinion, unnecessary to devalue women because you have haters who have found your content. Being a content creator, hate comes with it. That's just part of it. Receiving criticism, other content creators stitching your content, other content creators making content about you, that's a part of it. You don't have to be classist and misogynistic in the process.
Here they are. Find amongst themselves. Now they, Male loneliness loneliness epidemic. Oh, the men are miserable. Oh, they can't live without us. Always the men keeping up the drama. Ooh, wee. Can't even keep themselves together. Can't keep. You talk about nonsense. Ain't talking about nothing. Talk about foolishness. Women used to cook and clean. How y'all like that one? Y'all like that one? How it's a play on the men used to go to war. Y'all used to clean. Y'all used to mop a floor. Y'all used to make clothes. Y'all used to wash clothes by hand. And this is what we got to deal with? Apparently this woman was going out with some sort of, I don't know, SNL character or somebody who was involved with Saturday Night Live and fumbled him. That's what it says here in the comments. John Lovitz? I've never heard of that guy. Maybe he's before my time. Creator says it's my first time hearing about it as well. She said, fumbled this guy and then cried online, calling girls who got invited to SNL's 50th anniversary after party trashy and said they need to learn to love themselves. Her content is just about becoming good enough to get paid for nothing paid for. Nothing about internal self-love. That's pretty much it. That's what we're saying. Her, Sheer 7, and plenty of these other dating coaches. That's what they be talking about. That's what I be saying. I be in the wrong business. I'm in the wrong business. Because if all you have to do is get on here and spout nonsense and get paid for it, you don't even have to think it's true. You can just say it. These ladies are believing it, and you get paid for it.
Take his money and run. Here are the reasons why you should take his money and run. There's a lot of guys on Hinge, on dating app, that just like, I want to touch your body. They're men. You don't have to treat them well. You don't have to treat them well because a lot of men are not good.
Maybe you should stick to painting. You seem to be pretty good at that.